howdy to my Yarn Spun Life. I'm Lizzie, your host. I'm gonna probably try to edit this and get this out tomorrow for May the 8th, hopefully. But I'm finally making the video that I promised that I'm gonna make. And I want to talk about some stuff. This is more of my kidney stone journey from September. I know. I was going to wait and make a video of all the, I was hoping it would be resolved by now. I was going to wait until it was completely resolved and have it a whole video, but unfortunately it didn't quite turn out that way. So this is part 1. Once it's resolved, I will have another video, but I'll follow up. I'm going to tell you what happened. As some of you know, Dewey had back surgery August, around August 20th. And if you guys want to know more about that, ask me and I might tell. But he was then brought to skilled nursing where he got therapy and stuff because he needed this surgery. But while he was in skilled nursing, he got sick, his back incision opened. So I guess I would tell you guys a little bit about it. And he was sent back to the hospital, and his temperature went pretty low. I'm not sure how low, but they actually put what they call a bear hug or something around him to help warm him up. And they sent him back to OSU. And they went back in and cleaned it out. He had sepsis, and so they went back in and cleaned that out. And in the meantime, I went back over and stayed with him for a couple days. And he was about ready to come. That was weird. It was about ready to come home. And it was like Friday evening to Thursday. Now, the night before, I started having right flank pain in my back. And at first I thought, well, maybe it's because I put a blanket behind my back because the chair was kind of big. I mean, the back, whatever. Thought maybe that's what's kind of hurting. So I didn't pay much attention right away until the next morning. It was hurting. And I'm like, okay, I've got to do something. I talked to Mom, and she said, well, you might as well go down to the ER. Well, I called the nurse because OSU is a huge hospital. And I said, I need to go to the ER. And she's like, why? Because they know, I was staying with him and stuff. And I said, because I think I have a kidney stone. So they got the troops together. They brought the wheelchair, and they had a security guard going with me and several other people. And I'm like, I don't need all this. And the security guards, it was a lady, she said, it's fine. I'm like, okay. I went down and had to wait. And yeah, they admitted me. They said they needed to put a stent in. That was Saturday, because Sunday they did put a stent in. And I did not like it. I did not like the thought of it, because usually I can pass the stones. I have passed the stones, pretty big ones. Actually, I might put the up here where I did pass fairly big. Somebody said you might get sick, and then sicker, and then he said, so I'm like, okay, against my best judgment, I'll let you put it in. So they put it in Sunday, and I went home next day or so, and was supposed to go back in October to get it removed. And I know I'm not blaming nobody. It's mostly my fault. I know that. But it's just the way things are. Well, October, my car wasn't working. And mind you, we did move. I did not say that. But we moved we're in the process of moving from August. But anyways, so we are like 3 hours away from OSU. And my car wasn't working right. So I was like, okay. I canceled it, and I actually called my doctor that has taken care of me where I used to live, and I asked them if they could remove it, and somebody in the office said no. If he didn't put it in, he can't remove it. So I made another appointment. I made it on December 23rd. It was my birthday, but I thought, well, I'll go over. And Laura went with me. We drove over. And they had got an x-ray before then. And the doctor said, you have another big stone in there. I do not recommend pulling it. Well, hindsight, I wish I would have said, hey, pull it now, and if I need another one later, they can replace it. Well, so we went back home. I was devastated because we went all that way and for nothing. Well, then January and February came, and we got snow, and we live further. We live on closer to the road, but it's back roads, so it's they don't get to our roads as quick as some other times, other people's roads. So it snowed, and we were pretty well snowed in. I didn't know what to do, and finally, Mom and I have the same kidney doctor yet, and Mom went. She had a stone, and she's like, okay. And she talked to him about it, and he's like, oh my goodness, get her to call, and yeah, we'll go in and get it out. Well, I went and saw him, and he sent me to a first CAT scan. Well, before that, I couldn't do a CAT scan in September. They did x-ray, but I could not lay down. I couldn't hardly breathe laying down, so they didn't do a CAT scan. But while I was in there, they took me off one of the blood pressure medicines that I asked my doctor if I could see if I can do it without the blood pressure medicine, because I read about the side effects that you are more swollen and stuff, and my legs were always swollen. And when I was in the hospital in September, they took me off of it because my blood pressure was too low. And after that, my swelling in my legs went down, and I lost like around 30 pounds of water weight. And now, while I still can't lay on my back for real long, I can do it for a CAT scan. So in March, he had me do a CAT scan. And I went, and he said, okay, well, he said it's crusted, which we kind of expected that. It's been in there for 6 months. And so April 3rd, he made an appointment for me to go for surgery. He was going to take it out. So I got there April 3rd, and we went to surgery. And then I woke up, and they said he couldn't take it out, that he's going to have to refer me back to OSU. And I'm like, oh my goodness, seriously? Well, so I came back home. We made, I came home 4th because 3rd I had the surgery, and I wasn't supposed to drive for 24 hours, so I stayed the night with Mom and Laura. And so, yeah. So I came home, and I was behind. I was, asking my doctor to make sure he does a referral. He did a referral, and then that, like, April 19th, was Sunday. Well, actually, let's go back to Saturday. Friday or Saturday, I have a adjustable bed, electric adjustable bed, and it has a massager in it. And I love the massager. I use that quite a bit, several times throughout the night. And like Friday or Saturday, I turned it on, and I noticed it kind of hurt my back. It was like, that's weird. So I turned it off. I usually don't turn it off. I let it go. And I'm like, that's weird. Okay. Well, then Saturday, I don't think I chilled much Saturday, but Sunday, oh my goodness, I was chilling. But I didn't think I had a fever. I did check it a couple times, but it wasn't early. But I was chilling, but by Monday morning, I'm like, this is not good. I was chilling so much. So I called my doctor, and he said to call over to OSU to the urology, talk to them. And I said, there is something going on. And they were like, okay, well, they'll get a nurse to call back. Nurse called back, and she said, can you pee? And if this is too much information, guys, sorry. But I'm just telling you guys what happened. I said, yeah, I can pee. She said, okay. And she said, okay, go and do a urine test. And I'm like, can I do that somewhere close around here instead of going to Columbus 3 hours away, which maybe I should have. But she said, sure. So I went to like an urgent care, walked in, gave a sample of my urine, and I gave it to them, and she said, well, it's going out tomorrow, Tuesday, and she said it could go up to 5 days before they find out. I'm like, thought to myself, I could be dead by then. I'm like, seriously? And I got Dr. Pepper on the way home, and I was drinking that. I came back home. I've been kind of taking my temperature. And since I had just been drinking Dr. Pepper, cold Dr. Pepper, I decided to check my temperature under my arm. Well, I checked it. It was 101. And if you know, you add a degree to that, so it was 102. I'm like, something is going on. And I decided to go down to Marietta Hospital, down south of us. It's not as big as the one in Cambridge. Oh, I might cut that out. But it's a little bit closer than the one where we used to live. So I went down there, and I was thinking about waiting till the next day, but then I decided, no, I'll go Monday night because I can go down there during the night and it's not busy. Yeah, that was a joke. They were pretty busy. But I got there. I didn't really, I have no pain per se. I really felt stupid going, but I decided to go. This is what I thought it was going to happen. I'd go in, they'd test my urine, see that I had a UTI, give me a medicine, and send me back home. Well, I should have known. I'm not that simple. Well, that could, never mind. You could. But anyways, they took x-rays and everything. I told them I had been sepsis before, about 8 years ago, so they took x-rays and they said they want to do the CT scan, and I'm like, now wait a minute, I just had one done back in March. Why do I have to do another one? And they still said I have to. I'm like, okay, whatever. And the doctor came in like 4:30, and the morning. And I was keeping Mom and doing everybody updated, but I was doing it through text. But anyways, the doctor comes in and he said, your right kidney, the stone is up against the stent and it's not draining, and your kidney is growing bigger and bigger. And because of that, they're going to put a tube into my kidney and drain it. And I'm like, so I'm not going home tonight. He said, no, they'll do that later that day, Tuesday. He said, it is very good you came in. He said, if you would have waited, you could have got really sick. And I'm like, seriously? So I got a I'm going to put the word down here. Nephrostomy, neurostomy tube. And if you don't really want to see it, skip forward. There's a trigger warning. Here is the bag, and yeah, that later that day, and I will put a picture in here of where it goes into my back. I have pictures. I'm not gonna, and of course every other day, I get Dewey to help me change the padding around it. And so, but they said, so they did that Tuesday, and they had me in the observation room, and I came home Thursday. So in the meantime, 4:30 to 5, I called Mom. I'm like, I have news. I'm not going to just text us. And I called Dewey and told him that too. They said I've got to have an infection in the kidney and in the UTI, and they need to get that taken care of. And I still have to go to OSU to get the stent removed, but I have to take care of the infection before they will touch it, which I understand that. So they said you're going to have the nephrostomy tube, which means kidney tube into the kidney, and going to have that until they get the stent pulled. Well, I have an appointment on the 19th. I wish it would be sooner, but it's what it is. So I have been crocheting, and I think I will put the beginning of what I was crocheting a couple days ago. I made actually a belt to go around my stomach to hold the bag. And yesterday when I put the that was the 5th, I think. I put 6th. I was crocheting and I didn't tell you guys what it was for. Well, it was for to hold the bag. It was to hold the bag. And I'm going to use that when I go away. But I do not like it here at home. I can't see how full the bag is. I'm supposed to empty it when it's about half full. And I just can't see it. So I'm going to crochet something else for it while I'm at home. But I can't wait until I get rid of the bag. It's just, it's just kind of annoying. But pain-wise, the thing when they put it in, that was a whole another different story. Oh my goodness, you can see I'm a big person. Well, do you really want to know this story? I tell you what, if you do, tell me in the comments, and if you do, I will make another short. I could probably say it in a short for another day, because I'm going to post a video or a short every day this month. I am trying to grow my channel, and yeah. So if you really want to know that story, if you're a nurse or something, you probably know. But yeah, let me know if you want to know, and I might tell that story some another time. But this is getting a long-winded video, and yeah, so this is part 1. Keep watching. Hopefully by the end of this month, I will be able to bring you part 2. I don't know how they are going to remove the stent, and they probably will replace it with another stent for a couple weeks or so. But I am so tired of this. I so wish I could just... You know what? This is how it is down here in the earth. This world, there is pain and suffering and heartache at times and all kinds of stuff. So, but once we get to heaven, we will not have no more kidney stones, no more kidney pain, no more nothing. Oh, and I did that. test. I didn't get the results back until the following Monday. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatever. I don't care. I love you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.